हाँ जी. Good morning everyone. Welcome to Daily News Analysis by Tathastu ICS. Okay. Today we are going to see certain topics regarding to UPSC from the newspaper for the day 30th May 2026. ठीक है? ठीक है? So you will get this PDF in the description box and you will get it very soon in the Telegram channel as well. ठीक है? चलिए, the first one is about the liquor debt. ठीक है? So in this we are going to see it is actually happened in Maharashtra right now, but it is not. Okay, it is not first time in India. Multiple times it have happened across India. We are just going to see what is the major issue behind it. Okay, what is the governance gap here it is, and also one more thing that we are going to see here is about like its technicalities. Why it is like there are two different types of liquors, right? So one is officially that have been sold and another unofficially illegally they are preparing. So what is the thing that is happening with the illegal or the unofficial production of liquor that is happening always leading to a mass death or something. Okay, that we are going to see. So this is important for us in the GS2 paper, okay, as it is talking about the regulations that we have to improvise when it comes to production of these kind of illegal liquors. So the prohibition of this kind of illegal liquor production have to be like almost like magnified it have to be, okay, and also we have to make it very strong as well. So majorly this shows that this article actually shows that it is a like the gap in the implementation of policies and everything. Okay, we should have a stricter law. So in that case it is important for us in the GS2 paper. Then comes the second one, it is about infection babesia. So recently we are seeing, right? So this is not the first case again. Recently we talked about the tiger's death also, right? And also we got that from dogs the infection have been spreaded to the wild animals also, and we are losing them, right? Good morning Mr. X. Okay. So this infection again it attacked on lions. So we are like we have very countable number of species, right, and we day by day it is going down and down. So now we have to focus on what is the exact thing we have to focus upon, because the humidity and also the high in temperature it will be very favorable for infections to spread very easily. Okay, and now we are going to see what is this babesia and how it has been been transmitted and what kind of a thing for as a precautionary or a treatment what we can do. Okay, so it will be reflecting on your paper GS3 directly. Okay, then the third one is about the concrete fever, where they are talking about the urbanization and its negatives. Okay, so the rapid urbanization in India is very inevitable, and also it is very evident also. And because of this rapid urbanization without the proper planning, see, rapid urbanization is one of a good thing. Okay, so we are getting new infrastructures, better plans, right? The development projects, all these things, connectivity, everything will be like leading India towards a more of high developed country. Okay, that is one point. But when it comes to the other side of the urbanization, the planning has to be very clean and clear. Okay, so giving up on the nature side and just focusing upon the development will never work for any other country. So we are just going to the impact on that. Clear? So nothing much about it, and we will be seeing like what and all can be done. Okay, so this will be helpful in our GS2 paper. Okay, when it comes to the policy making and the policy especially for urbanization and everything. Okay, along with that it will be helpful in your different agriculture and infrastructure paper also when it comes to GS3. Okay, then the fourth one is about the international law, where our Honorable Mr. Shashi Tharoor have told that Mr. X, I didn't do that. Okay, she will be coming. She has some other works also, so that's why she didn't come for last 2 days. Okay, she will be coming back. Don't worry about it. I didn't do that. Okay, so when comes the fourth one, international law. So Shashi Tharoor is telling that when it comes to the global order, okay? So when it comes to the global order, it is something, it is being biased. When it comes to the stronger countries and who is having the power politics, whatever they do or whatever they indirectly, like the proxy wars and everything it has been doing, okay, that is being justified. And when it comes to other side of the globe, it has been like putting sanctions, tariffs and everything to prevent that. So that we are going to see this biasness when it comes to the power politics, okay? So in this article we are going to see it because, see, majorly the examples that have been given is in the global examples only. But why we are going to see? Because based on that only, the global order only, we have to pursue with our like foreign policy. If you remember why Pokhran have been tested and everything, because at that time global order was like more into nuclear power, and the people who already have the nuclear weapons and technology, they stopped the other countries to go with it. When it comes to India, they have like abruptly stopped her, and they were opposed her India's nuclear test program and everything. But when it comes to Pakistan, it have been indirectly sponsored by US and everything. But there is no question against Pakistan, right? So this kind of biasness that we are going to discuss here. Okay? So this will be helpful for us in the foreign policy and everything. So IR perspective, that we are going to see GS2 paper. And fifth one is about the different directions where again Quad came in the news. Okay, Quad here again, this is somewhere or the other interlinked. Okay, so in this international law we are going to again see what about the like different directions, because Quad as a cooperation between 4 countries. Okay, here we are having a power hegemony with US and its shifting nature, how it is affecting Quad and how it is important for India, because India is chairing Quad this time, right? So how to keep the momentum, to keep the hold, the leadership quality to establish in front of the global powers, it is very important for India to go with the Quad peaceful settlements. Take that one is in the mind. So it is again important for the GS2 international relations. And also the sixth one is about the Republican dissidents. So it is indirectly related to India. Again, when it comes to one particular power or one particular country is being arbitrarily working, and it is not considering about like we will be saying like if you remember, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam have told that harmony begins, he have quoted one Tamil literature quote only, harmony begins within the home. If the harmony is within the home, it will be spread around everywhere, okay, the street, the district, the state and the nation and among the globe it will be happening. So unless and until the harmony and also the separation of powers is been, like sovereignty is been maintained and respected within the country, unless and until it has been done, the global order will not be having that harmony. So in that case we are going to see it again, this will be impacting in our foreign policy. Whenever there is a one particular country or one like a group of countries are arising with powers, this will be impacting on the global orders. Okay, clear? So that we are going to see in the international relations part. Chalo, let's first go to the first topic. Okay, so Supriya's liquor kills 15 in Maharashtra. So you might ask me like why Maharashtra case we are taking it. This particular article quoting the Maharashtra death, but generally in India whole like in a complete way throughout India we are having this issue. Okay, so first if you remember the COVID times, okay, the addiction of liquor and alcohol, all these things made people to go for like very different variant of practices, like people were like inhaling that whitener and everything, okay, sanitizers. So these are like things, that is how liquor made humankind very addictive to a particular thing. And why it is made addictive? It is giving you the ethanol in the liquor, that will be giving you a kind of a like dopamine kind of things, okay, that will be like not a dopamine, that will be giving you toxins, okay, that will be releasing in your blood through liver, okay, once you intoxify, that will be impacting in your liver and it will be spreading all over your body throughout the through the blood RBCs, and that will be giving your brain a kind of a soggy feeling, okay, so that you will be like in a very relaxed manner, or sometimes you will be like going you will not be very cautious about what is going around. it will be like a kind of a dizzy state for your brain, okay, the relaxing state. So what is happening here? So to get that, the stress, okay, if the lifestyle of people now, if you see, everybody is behind money, everybody is behind something or the other, the materialistic lifestyle that we are going through, the expectations life that we are going through. So it is keep on putting on the pressure and the lifestyle stress for people. So what they are to escape from that, the one side the unemployment, okay, inflations, everything is going on. So that is also impacting on human lifestyle. So because of that, the liquor and these kind of intoxications are being taken in. I'm not I'm not pro in intoxifying, okay. So I'm just telling what is the reasons behind all of this, okay. Once if you see the third tier workers and everything, okay, the red collars workers, so they will be like kind of like taking them in a different manner because to hire to settle their body pain, right. So who the coolie kind of the coolie and also the people who work really hard, they will be like in the field workers, they will be taking it much because they have to come out of this pain and everything, okay. That is one of the reasons. So the lifestyle that we have, okay, and the stress that we have, so these are the reasons that has been said that we are people are intaking it and the consumption is high, okay. So again I am stressing on that, I am not supporting this, I am just stating the reasons. It is actually whomsoever it is, male, female, there is no difference at all. Whomsoever is intaking all these intoxications, that is wrong, because you are doing hazardous things to your health and as well as to the surroundings, okay. Because the impact of liquor, okay, it is not only the health wise, it is societal wise also, because if you see, every household will be having issues, the children's education, the family's development and also the societal crimes, okay, that everything starts from this kind of habits only. So the domestic violence, the people who are losing their life, drunken drive habits, okay, and major hit and run, all these things, the crimes, everything is basically, if you see recently there were so many disturbing news in India where people people are, okay, raping and they are murdering in a very crucial, very disturbing way, okay. So all these things are because in a normal mindset you will not be doing it. To come out of that, all these things are like one of the things that is adding upon all those brutality also, so that we have to see. So what we have to do, we have to eventually regularize and reduce the consumption of liquor among the people. And second thing, if we are doing that, okay, so to cut down the cost, to like balance the cost and everything, people are making illegal liquors. So that is a major, because if you see the liquor generally, okay, which is made will be having ethanol in that, okay. So when the proportion of ethanol is being measured and everything will be in the different proportion, the chemicals will be added, the ethanols and everything will be added, substances will be added, so that it will be giving a little less efficient effects. But when it is going beyond particular level of consumption, that will be affecting in your health and it will be affecting in your daily routine, okay. So but when it comes to this kind of superior liquor, that will be like to cut down the ethanol, because ethanol availability is very crucial, okay. Ethanol, it will not be easily available, one thing, regulation is very high and its cost is also high, okay. Apart from that, it is like it is not easily available, okay, not everybody can afford it. Those who are making these illegal liquors, they are basically from little marginal area only, so they cannot afford major of ethanol things, okay. So what they are going for, they are going for methanol, which has the impacts of same as similar to ethanol, but that is even more hazardous to health, because it is being used in the industrial areas, okay. Just think, industrial product, industrial chemical, if you are intaking it, it will be completely destroying your esophagus, liver, because through liver only it will be spread to all over the body, right? Through when it has been when the blood has been purified and everything. And think about your stomach, okay? Already we have HCl liquid in that, right, in our stomach, and along with that, if methanol is going and impacting, complete burning of the muscles will be happening, and you will be losing your life in like after some time, okay? But when it comes to methanol, it will be immediate effect that you are going to live your life, okay? So this is a major concern that we have. So if you see the methanol that is easily available in India, so we have to regulate it, and along with that we have to make sure that illegal provisions for these kind of production that should not be done, okay? Good morning Abhi, not an issue, okay? Good morning Murlidhar, good morning Ritik Kumar, okay? So this is a major thing. So when we talk about this, okay, so the liquor regulation board have to be taken care, and it has to be like very cautious about it, okay? So that is what from this article we are, I'll give you the PDF with proper ethanol classifications and methanol, like how it is going to impact and everything, okay? We will not providing much time here, okay? Let's go to the next one. So we will be seeing the PDF will be having like who is the board, okay, and also you will be having certain MCQs also to solve, okay? Then 8 lion cubs die from suspected Babesia infection in Gujarat. So when it comes to Babesia infection, we have recently talked about the viral infection, right? Where, good morning Abhi, koi baat nahi, okay? So when we talked about the viral infection that we have recently talked about, it have transmitted from dogs to the wildlife animals, and we lost some tigers, right? So the problem here is, it is not only about the viral fever or something, the carrying agent is different here. One is the parasite, which is ticks. Generally in the grassroots level, if you see the domestic level, generally dogs will be getting ticks fever, okay? So if the tick fever is affecting, they will be having high fever, okay? They will be very good morning Abhishek, good morning Kurshi, okay? Ma'am, I want to prefer you, so please tell me something, ma'am. Okay, in between of the session we cannot, but definitely after the session Kurshi we will be talking about it, okay? Chaliye. So the carrying agent here is about the ticks, okay? Generally in grassroots level, the dogs will be having it when it comes to the domestic lifestyle. Not only even goats will be having their own ticks, okay? Dogs will be having their own ticks, even cats will be having. So this kind of ticks, they are blood sucking parasites, okay? They will be like they will be staying on those animals, they will be sucking their blood, and they will be living accordingly, and after some point of time they will be like departed from their body. But the infections, because of that, the multiple they will be like rapidly spreading, okay? Their numbers will be like very high in reproduction, okay? So that will be affecting its blood, the dog or cat, whatever the animal, its blood, and it will be creating the infections to them. So that will be creating high fever, they will be losing their weight, the fluid loss will be heavy in them, okay? After some time it will be very crucial for us to cure them. The same thing happened with this lion also, okay? There is no classes in Hindi medium. आ जाएंगे, hopefully आ जाएंगे, don't worry, ठीक है? So the thing is about so when the parasites are, okay, in domestic way, we would be able to see that in our household or nearby, we would be able to identify the dog is or the animal is sick. But when it comes to wildlife, it has been noticed after a very crucial way, okay? Even after the loss of life only we are able to see here. So what we have to do is, first thing, the major thing is about, okay, the spread of diseases, okay? So when it comes to one animal is being affected, that is being spreaded to another animal very easily, okay? And also this parasite, especially the parasite will be having like shift from one animal to one animal, because they live in the herd, right? It is easy for them to transmit, and also they will be having like a large number of animals who are having this diseases, they will be even more vulnerable for the loss of life, okay? And along with that, what we have to do, certain medicines, generally vaccines Okay, when we are having the tagging, GPS tagging and everything for animals, at that time if it is possible, we could have gone for vaccines, first thing after the research, and second thing the preventive tablets and measures have to be taken, because when it comes to dogs or the domestic animals, it is easy for them to give the medicines, but when it comes to the wildlife, it is little difficult. Clear? And the second thing is about contamination. So like this containment zone we have to create it. Okay, they have to be isolated, they have to be given with the proper treatment. The fluids we have to give them more. Whenever there is an infection, first thing your body will be reacting to loss of your fluids only, either through vomit or else through your loose stools and everything, right? So the fluid have to be like given continuously to the people, so that the infection rate will be reducing. Okay, so your body will be having the power to fight back again. So that is what they have talked about. Okay, currently doctors from Jagannath Veterinary College, working in collaboration with frontline staff, have isolated the lines within the 10-kilometer zone to prevent the potential spread of any virus. So this is a major thing. We are isolating. What we have done in the COVID is same thing that we are doing. We are isolating the lions who have been infected. Okay, so that we are going to that is a major thing that we can see here, unless and until the vaccines are being prepared. So the major thing is about the infection carrier here. Parasites, especially ticks. Okay. Okay, so this is what the major thing is about. Okay, and along with that, we have to see one more thing. The spread of these kind of diseases is from human to not human to human. It is like the animal to human and animal to animal. So the zoo transmission is very high. Okay, that we have to focus on that. So we have to keep a buffer state where we will not be like directly engaging with the. Good morning Ramesh Babu, good morning Bhaskar. Okay, so it is about like we have to keep them little away from the like humankind. Okay, so there should be a buffer stage also, and along with that we have to be prepared with the summers. See, when summers comes and like the humid, the temperature high will be favoring to these kind of infections, spreading of all those viruses and everything. And second thing, when it comes to the summers, the forest fires also will be there, right? So we have to take care of all those things. Okay, so this we have to keep that in mind. Parasite, the infection carrier, the favorable conditions for them, the particular virus that have been spread, and also what if there is any vaccine, okay, or else what is the preventive method that can be done. So that is what we are going, that is what we have said here. Okay, then the next one is about the concrete fever, where we have talked about India must mandate green cover and reflective materials of its cities. So this is completely about like how urban planning. Yes beta, we do have a telegram group. I'll give you the, can you teach English? कोशिश कर रही हूँ, ठीक है. The problem here is English is a good thing, I understand. English, how far it is easy for me, that is a bit question mark. Okay, so let's try. I'm on it, but eventually I'll be moving to that also. Okay, don't worry. So the concrete fever, here they are talking about the urbanization, and also the one more thing that they are talking here is about how crucially we are keeping the nature close to people. Okay, because if in case if you see this is the area, okay, so if this is the area, okay, earlier it will be like certain part of like there will be different zones where rural will be there, okay, and semi-urban will be there. रूरल एरिया को ग्रीन कर लेते हैं हम, ठीक है, and semi-urban area will be there, This would be the buffer. Okay. And also another area where we will be having higher urbanization, urban area. But the problem here is, okay, the area, the demography is now being encroached, okay, and also it have been moved towards, okay, urbanization have been moved from semi-urban till a larger area where our forest cover is also being included in that, which shows the rapid urbanization, okay, due to migration, due to like elements like population increase effectively need land and also food. So we are clearing more forest cover for agriculture, right? And also the second thing is about more development for ease of lifestyle. Okay? This is one of the thing that we have to do. That is keep on going on right now, right? So what we have to do, what this article is telling, that when it comes to urbanization, we have to keep that in mind. Okay, urbanization is a good part, that, but along with that we have to go for urban planning, where the forest cover have to be taken care of, like the uprooting trees, at least they have to be rerouted in somewhere or the other. Okay, the sustainable way of living along with the nature have to be taken place. If there is 8-way or 4-way highways, we have to make sure that in the highways, okay, if this is a highways, a particular area have to be given for what? The trees, at least the shade will be there, right? And they will be taking care of the heat and also the they will be taking care of the so they will be taking care of the heat, and as well as the they will be regulating the oxygen as well, right? So the emissions that we are providing, that will be purified, one thing, and other thing is like it is about the nature cover. Okay, and we are almost like not only this, okay, when the closer, okay, the closer buildings that we have already talked about, okay, the concrete materials and the materials that we are using for the building of plants, okay, building of any infrastructure. I am just drawing it as a for identification as a home. Okay, pardon my bad drawing, but still, okay, just imagine this is a multi-storage apartment or something. Okay, so here in this case, okay, the temperature is being harsh, okay, because of our ozone depletion and everything, the global warming, right? The continuous human made things are making the climate and the weather conditions worst. Okay, it is making it worse and worse. Okay, so one among them is the material that we use for the like construction of all those developmental structures, that is like emitting more of heat in like they are like kind of observing all those heat. Okay, first thing. And second thing is about we don't have space for breathing itself. If the sunlight is being like insulated in India, okay, within this structures it will be like kind of huge number of like the heat is being trapped. And along with that, one more thing, the air conditioners. Okay, if you see particularly I seen in Delhi and everything, every household will be having at least a rented air conditioner, because the climatic conditions, the temperature that in Delhi, actually it is very huge. Okay, first thing. And second thing, along with that, to counter that, we are using lots and lots of air conditioners, and that the outer of the air conditioner is giving more heat back to the area only. So the closed surface are being very secure, but the outer surface, when it comes to the gig workers or any field workers, just think about them, the animals there that has been living around, so they all are being affected because of this heat shocks and also the heat waves. So to come out of this, what we have to Okay, I'm coming to that abhi, okay? So that we are going to, that is what the major thing they are talking about here, okay? So quickly I'll read this for you, okay? Touch 48 degrees Celsius this week, the hottest that India has been this year so far, okay? And along with that, summer heat in the run up to the monsoon, which is delayed. We know the reasons for why monsoon is delayed, right? And is not unusual, but many Indians in the informal sector have to work directly under the sun, where we have talked about the gig workers and the field workers. Okay? Climate change is inextricably linked to heat waves. Indian Meteorological Department data show that the frequency of heat wave spells has risen by 0.1 days. Okay? So since 1961, this is one of a major thing where we have to keep that in mind. Like if we are moving towards more of like 2 degrees Celsius, then that is a very huge things. Okay? So even the world organizations have told that we have to maintain the things. So if you see, to reduce the heat and everything, the solvents are being spread across the roads and everything. So all these are being made. So urban heat island across Indian cities now, okay, run 2 degrees Celsius to 10 degrees Celsius hotter than their surrounding rural areas. So the difference manufactured by concrete, asphalt and the butchering of tree cover, okay, butchering of the tree cover and the waste heat exhaled by the thousands of air conditioners cooling offices. So these are kind of the things that we have already discussed. Okay? So you can obviously join the classes better, not an issue. See, if you are going for this particular, like if you are going for this UPSC classes right now, I won't be suggesting you, because you have to go through with the basics and you should be having certain knowledge. You can read the books because basic NCRTs are being used here, right? So you can go for it, but the one more thing, like you have to keep that in mind is, like right now your age, right? You are in the 9th class, you can go for the newspapers, you can go for the NCRTs, but don't get into much into advanced things right now. You can crack obviously, but the thing is like what I will be saying, like after some time you may lose the that maturity have to be there. Okay, I'm not telling you immature, but I'm telling you for answering, for understanding a problem, you should be having different like understanding. So that's the thing. So that's why UPSC like keeps mandatory, like 21 years of age should be there for appearing prelims also. Okay, Anshul, you can also join the classes. That is also good, but keep that in mind, like the preparation that you have. Okay, so that should be like very that should not be very advanced right now, because you guys are very small. Enjoy your childhood. No, like right now you are in the schools, enjoy that. Okay, let me take my water break. Till then you can make your notes, or you can just analyze what you can just recall what we have talked about. Okay. Clear? Please tell the people to clear the board properly. Please tell these people to clear. अरे ऐसा नहीं बोलना है, like मतलब see, the thing is like choice of words, the words that we use. ठीक है? क्या बोलेंगे? People will be doing the crucious, like the things. Okay, the curious things that has been made that, but we will not be discouraging anybody here. The world is about to learn. Okay, you have n number of things to learn, so keep learning, otherwise everybody will be doing good. Okay, so first one thing, like focus on one thing at a time, then that will be easy for you. Once you are mastering it, then you can go for multiple things. Okay, that is what my okay, Anshul. Okay, so that is what the thing that we are talking. After your mastering, you can handle multiple things. Okay, juggling is a art. Okay, be it between the equipments or be it between the things. Okay, chaliye. So now we are talking about the urban heat islands also across Indian cities now run 2 degree to 10 degrees Celsius hotter than their surrounding rural area. So, this for the person who have asked what is urban heat island, okay. So, if this is one particular district, okay. So, यहाँ पर we are having the like urban area, okay. Here we have semi-urban area, and if it is a rural areas around it, ठीक है, मान लेते हैं ऐसे, ठीक है. So, this is one area. I am writing it again, urban, rural, okay, and semi-urban and also rural, okay. So, if this is the if this is a district, let's keep it, okay. So, here, so the temperature, because of particular things that we have talked, developmental projects have uprooted the trees, so the trees have been uprooted, right. Cutting down trees and air conditioners, and also along with that what can be done, along with that what is the reason, like the cement and the concrete things, actually the chemicals or the elements that we basically use, okay. So, the concrete, very good Abhi, okay. So, the concrete things that we are using for construction of any material, like bridges, okay, or connectivity projects, infrastructure projects, the high skyscrapers, whatever it is, the buildings. So, these are the things that basically emit lot of like heat, right. So, that is what the major thing that is differs from, like here the temperature is let's keep the temperature here as 30 degrees Celsius, okay. But here in rural area and the semi-urban area, the temperature will be like kind of like 25 or else 16 degree, 16 is too much. So, let us go for 20 degrees Celsius, okay. Here 25 degree. So, this kind of things, the variations in the degree, the variations in the temperature, okay. So, this is making it isolated. So, this is being trapped, this is being like separate segment, right. So, that is what it is called urban heat island. So, it is high in temperature and it is like separated from, the temperature is being separated from, different from other particular areas surrounding of that particular urban area. So, that is urban heat island, okay. Island is technically what? That will be isolated, that will be different from, there is no connectivity, like it is not connected with the mainland, right. So, the same thing, other areas are having particular temperature and this area will be having different temperature, there is no connection in the temperature. So, that is what they are trying to tell, okay. So, that is what they are talking in this. And they have asked about, like we have to be little cautious about people who are working outdoors, and being hydrated is important, and along with that we have to restore the forest cover, so that we will be having much of what, a better health, and also we will be having good like if we are focusing on the urbanization, the planning, and also minimalizing the air conditioners. Generally, if you keep your area with forest cover, or if you keep your area with tree covers, okay, that will be eventually reducing the temperature also, first thing. And second thing, you will be reducing the consumption of air conditioners, because already the surrounding is cool, so you will be needing it in a very low manner. So, the emission of temperature and also the reduction in the temperature will be very easy for us, okay. I want to ask you that, may I take this class? Actually, I am a both student, but I am good. You can take the classes, not an issue, information only, so not an issue, okay. Chaliye. So, now about, we have took lot of time here, let us quickly do it, okay. So, international law optional for powerful states. So, here he is criticizing that international laws like UNCLOS or the UN Security Council laws and Geneva Conventions. So, all these are like somewhere or the other, with examples he have told that, okay. So, somewhere or the other he have Mr. Shashi Tharoor have told that. So, when it comes to powerful nations, it is an option for them to it is an option for them to go with the international law and order, and along with that one more thing is about like might is right. keep that word in mind. Okay, so when you are doing it, let's take the example of US. When they are doing it in Afghanistan, it was like they were like regulating their like politics, right? When it comes to Iran, they are working upon the initially they were like, we will stand by civilians, but they are attacking civilians itself at the end of the day. So all these things are like, but I'll come to you, Abhishek, don't worry, I'll come to tell you like how to learn English, okay? No worries. And so the thing is about here, majorly they are talking about like the biasness. If one powerful state is there and other will be like more of what? The suppression will be there for the smaller countries. So that is what they are talking about here. Okay? So first thing they are talking about certain areas where the international laws are being violated. For that we will be having, what are all the the international laws that is coming into your mind? Can you please tell me? If you have like UN, first thing, Security Council and everything, okay, UNCLOS for the maritime areas, right? Okay, and along with that, Geneva Conventions, okay. So these are one of these are certain kind of international orders who have like proper rules based norms and everything, okay, and along with that will be like governing the global politics, okay, that will be making sure that the state's integrity, okay, like where we are talking about the sovereignty, the interference, non-interference will be making sure here, okay. Along with that, what we will be having, along with that, what we will be having, like the humanitarian, the rights, okay, that have to be taken care of, and along with that, okay, the international borders, like if I should not be go and attacking on any other country unnecessarily. So the international order, the peace, the harmony, the humanitarian things, okay, and along with that the collaboration for when it comes to the cooperation, when it comes to the emergency period time and everything. So that will be make sure like we will not be we should not be using the force to acquire any land or something. That is what major concern of all these like international laws, right? But what is happening when it comes to US, if you see US and Russia, where, okay, US is one side being very aggressive in what kind of area? Iran, Iraq invasion, okay. So these are something in Iraq, they have like gone for what? The interference within other states, okay. Afghanistan, there is n number of, okay, and by use of force, by use of power, what they have did it in Venezuela, right? And when it comes to Russia, Ukraine, when it comes to China, there are 9 dashes in the area of like South China Sea, right? So all these are major things that where the powerful points in this above there. We will coming one by one, ठीक है? See, देखो अगर मैं सब कुछ मैं यहाँ पर ही बता दूँगी तो there should be one continuity, no? So that's why, ठीक है? So this is what the major thing about it, okay. So these are the things that we able to see when it comes to any other conventions or any other areas. If these kind of like powerful states, when it comes to them, they are being justified and they are being like ignored almost, okay. So that is what is being criticized here, okay. And one more thing here is about, okay. So when we are taking care of any international law, do we have any international police or do we have any international, like, see, it is saying that it is binding, but who is taking care of that? US is majorly, UN is majorly then backed by US, but now US is out of most of the UN council, right? So that is one thing. And who is making the orders? So the person who are being the permanent members in that forums, international forums, they are the major person who are committing all those issues. Okay. Along with that, what is happening? The power politics which is going on. Okay, so if they have more power, their actions are being justified, and along with that, when there is a huge, okay, the globe there when there is a huge number of corporations, there should be a global institution that should be strong. So there is no stronger global institution also. If you see recent times, when it comes to the Pax Silica or any other thing, it is like moving out of UN only. Mostly the UN is losing their strength, right? So the relevances in the global orders is very less when it comes to US, and the reduced rules based order, that is the major thing. Who is there to take care of it? There is no global police. Okay, Vijay Mallya have done everything in India and he have moved to another place, but we are not able to bring him back. He is a criminal here, right? He did a crime in that, so he has to taken back here and he have to be imprisoned, but he was like going out of the country, and that country is supporting his safe haven, right? So that is what the major thing that we are going on. So there is no collaboration when it comes to the global countries who have much power. There is no hand-holding things here. Okay? So they are talking about certain things where the rules, the treaties or the conventions, customs, all these have to be like made very stringent, and also we have to keep it very clear. It should be binding on the people. Along with that, what we have to do, we have to make sure that everybody is following. There should be no like the unilateral ideologies and interests should not be affecting on the customs and things. Okay, clear till now? And along with that, for example, they have given what is happening in like Ethiopia, okay, and the when it comes to Iran, okay, and along with that, they are like certain areas like most of the African countries, okay, they are like conflicted, but nobody is taking care about it. But when it comes to the weaponization and also like selling their weapons as a business, at that time it is ethnic cleansing is keep on going on, right? And Israel, Palestine and everything. So all these are somewhere or the other, like one side is being biased and other side is being like upheld. So that is what they are talking about in this area. So the humanitarian violations and also the non-interference violation should be taken care, but that is also not there. So the settlements have to be majorly on what? The settlements of the disputes have to be very peaceful, but that is not happening. They are all using the force, and it is saying that it is needed by using the force only we can go for it. Blockade of Strait of Hormuz, so that the global countries were going with the price shocks, right? So this is like if there is any dispute or if there is any conflict, that we have to go with peaceful diplomacy rather than this things. So that is what is being discussed here majorly. Just read about it, as we have we could see here. Imperfect thought, if maybe the rules based order remains humanitarian strongest defense against chaos. So here for India, it is very important, the rules based order, because we are developing, our defense cooperation have to be emerged, right? So and along with that, we have already multiple number of problems that we carry around us, right? One is Pakistan, one is Bangladesh, instability because of that refugee incursion will be there, and along with that we have problems with Sri Lanka when it comes to fishermen, when it comes to the exclusive economical zone conflicts. Then another side, China is doing all those things. So it is important for at least one or two international forums that they have to be very strong. The institutionalized strength should be there, so that the global order will be collaboratively maintained. So that is what they are talking about. Okay? So there is a number of examples here, and please do read about it. The major things I have covered from here, the 9 dashes, okay, the humanitarian violations in the Ethiopia and places, okay, the ethnic cleansing, okay, the Israel and Iran war, US arbitration, and also Russia-Ukraine war when it comes to this things, and UNCLOS. Major of the things we have gone through, just read about it, you will get an idea. Okay. Then the next one is about the different directions. So here they are talking about a worried thing where now India is chairing Quad, and it is important for India to come out with a summit. Every time when there is a, when the country is chairing, we have to bring a summit, where in the summit we have to conclude that these are the common ideas that we have brought in and we are working upon, these are our future goals. Okay, so the conclusion have to be given, but it is being the US different direction apart from other countries. Okay, so we all know Quad is right, basically of India, US, Japan and Australia, right? So here if you see, major thing is about US alone is having a different walking style, because they are like being too arbitrary and they are moving towards of what, like single lane. Okay, they are trying to take them their leadership. Okay, first thing. So here the projects that we are already signed or discussed about, like the Port Fiji. Okay, so these are the this is the first ever, okay, first ever Quad infrastructure project that have been discussed. But if there is no cooperation with US, and it will not be possible, right? So in the midway it will be stopped. So it is important for India in certain things, so that we will be having infrastructure project touch. So with this Quad infrastructure plan, we would be able to go with multiple nations collaboration. First thing. Second thing, to keep the momentum, to keep the leadership qualities and also to keep the binding qualities, we need to create a summit when it comes to the Quad meetings. If we are not doing that, we will be losing the momentum and we will be losing the edge in the global frame. Okay, this is second thing. And third thing is about the rise of US, because one side China is being rising and another side US is being very arbitrary, unilaterally it is working upon. So that will be creating an impact on foreign policy and also the global order, because US's defense is very huge, US's economy is very huge, because dollars are the major thing that we transact with when it comes to Indian economy, right? And the tariffs and the sanctions, if we are going out of US concern, or if we are going out of US lines, then that will be again a huge economical burden and the trade burden on India. Already Quad is one of the mechanism or the tool that we are actually planning for, go with the replications that have already done for that, to clear that, to maintain, to secure those earlier relationships. What we are going right now is the Quad. For H1B visa it could be, okay, and also for the migrations and immigration, and along with that the major trade and the sanctions, it is and for oil also, right? So Quad is one of a thing that is very important and crucial for India. But when it comes to US side, they are telling that, okay, so Quad is losing its strength because of the US arbitration, and also the problems they have discussed about how the Quad's graph was. Okay, so when it was started in 2007, it was in a very small space, okay, and eventually it have gone, and during the 2017, when the China have started their rising culture, okay, when they are very active in the South China Sea and everything. So from that time its relevance is too huge, because the Indo-Pacific region has been engaged largely by largely by the China. So to counter that, to counterbalance it, Quad is very important for India, and also the counterbalancing China through Quad is very important for the Indo-Pacific region people. Okay, that we have to keep that in mind. And along with that, there are certain things where we have to focus on is about, okay, being together. Okay, so unless and until you are being together with your partners, you cannot achieve anything, right? So that is what the thing is like. So it is if we are passing on the chair, because the next chairing agent will be Australia. So without submitting, without creating any summit, if we are moving towards, if we are shifting the leadership to the Australia, then it will be a very huge loss for India. So keep that in mind. And when it comes to the impacts that that is very important when it comes to Quad, Okay, so it will be affecting on our economy, and also it will be affecting on our foreign policy, because at times it will be forcing us to take a one-sided way, right? And along with that, there will be, okay, the policies should not be going on with, thank you. So the policies should not be going against the principles of Quad. Generally, we are talking about what in the Quad? The collaboration, the security, and the maritime security, the trade, and integration of projects and everything. And along with that, what we are going to do? We are going to counter terrorism, and major thing is like we are going to have a peaceful and a harmony. Stabilize the peaceful and harmony in Indo-Pacific region. With that, we are going to work upon, right? So from that, okay, we are moving towards of what? Critical minerals and the trade strategies and everything. So maritime security, the defense corporations, critical minerals and rare earth materials transforms, everything is important, right? So if there is any unbalanced, if one stand of the stool, okay, among the four has been broken, then 3 alone cannot withstand it, and it will be a huge problem for us, because then US will be doing their own things when China is doing their own thing, right? So we should be having a stabilized politics. So that is what they are talking about here. In this, they have talked about the generally about Quad, okay, how it is important for India to have the summit, and why we are what is the importance of chairing the Quad, and basic principles of Quad and everything. The Quad's transformation since it's starting 2007 से अभी तक क्या relevance है इसका, and majorly from where to where the Quad have been transmitted, that we have talked about, right? So now trade, defense and critical minerals also will be engaged in the Quad. So these are the things that they have talked about. UNCLOS, okay, and also the port of Fiji, all these things we have talked about it. Okay, just have a read. And the last one for the day would be, okay, the purge of Republican dissidents. So here they are talking about first thing, okay, in recent times, okay, this article have been have a relevance based upon the recent act. Okay, so you know US will be US legislature will be having different paths, right? So when it comes to the politics of polity of US, it will be like independent judiciary, independent Congress and independent president. So the president and the Congress will not be having any unlike India, okay, India will be having the president will be nominated by the under the guidance of Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers, they will be conducting the elections and they will be nominating the president, right? So they will be doing it. But when it comes to US president elections will be different, the Congress election will be different. Congress is nothing but the legislature part, okay, and the judiciary will be independent only. So there is no, they are also having 3 different parts, but the legislature and the president will be, the Congress and the president will be bifurcated here, okay. So here they are telling about opposing Mr. Trump, opposing Mr. Donald Trump is something you will be losing your political career. So that is what happened with Thomas Masso also, okay. So they have quoted that what the example here, and they have mentioned that now we are not going into US politics much. Instead, we are going to focus upon certain things where, okay, certain things where we are like focusing on, okay, the foreign policy that will be affecting, okay, and the arbitration of US, particularly the president, Mr. Donald Trump, that will be how it will be affecting inside the US also and the global order also. Because if you see, when it comes to the harmony that I have already told in the initial of the session, if you have harmony in your home, then only you will be having harmony around the world, right? So if you are the person who have opposed Donald Trump, he have been made to lose the elections because the hate speech, okay, the fundings behind it, and also other Congress people who are supporting sure Shubhanshu, okay, don't worry. So those things, right? The sponsors belong behind that, okay, and also the other Congress people who are pro Mr. Donald Trump are also against them, and they are making they made the Thomas Massive elections, sorry, they made him to defeat in the elections. Okay, so it was kind of a where the scare is being spread along with the Congress people. If you are opposing Donald Trump, your political career will be completely closed. Okay, so he is one among the person who was like opposing very arbitrary and unilateral functions of Mr. Donald Trump, and certain things when it comes to Epstein files and everything, he have been like he was supporting those files, like, see, we should not be going with this kind of a president who have done all those crimes and everything. Okay, so this is kind of thing where the opposition is needed. The Congress, the core essence of Congress is to criticize and to oppose your wrongs and things, right? But when there is a arbitrary in that also, like the majorly the Congress is pro Donald Trump, then there will be no like opposition at all. There will be no people to tell you like what you are going wrong, right? So unless and until you know that, you will be going very to the extreme stages and nobody will be stopping you. We all know the nature of Mr. Donald Trump also. So it is not good for other countries, okay? So unless and until certain sanctions, okay, if Donald Trump is like putting over sanctions or the tariffs, okay, it needs a ratification of Congress also. So if it is if complete Congress is pro Donald Trump, and it will be affecting the trade and the economical things of whom the other areas also. When it comes to H1B visa also the same thing. So whatever the things are being ratified in the US politics, okay, that have to be passed by the Congress also. So if it is not there, if it is like against the global order, it is the Congress who are responsible to curtail that. But unless and until if it is opposition is being strong for Congress, we cannot do it, right? So that is what majorly told here. So the questions are arising like why India or any other country or any other Congress like US Congress is not opposing Mr. Donald Trump arbitration. This is what the major crux is, okay? So people are like Donald Trump is creating such kind of a situations where their political career is completely gone, and that is making the other people to take the side of Mr. Donald Trump. So the relevance here is about the foreign policy, because if there is no opposition or no Congress is advising Mr. Trump to stop at any time, at a particular time, that will be impacting on our foreign policy. The sanctions, the tariffs, okay, the visa restrictions, the migrations and the immigration will be very crucial for us, and along with that, it will be showing that the proxy and also the impact of other countries backed by same interest like Israel and US, and they will be having the proxy warfare, and they will be doing like the politics also will be managed by them. So as you know, the recent accord was for what? To maintaining the friendship between Israel and other Arab countries, right? So that the US bases also will be high, and pressurizing to pressurize Iran, they need the friendship, they need the cooperation between these areas, right? The Arab countries and also Israel. So that is what they are trying to. So it will be like one block against the underdeveloped countries. So whenever it is a small country that is arising, it will be facing the threatening and also the issues with that. Okay. So that is what the major thing that we have. So separation of powers and also the checks and balances, that is very much needed. Okay. So the stress on the checks and balances, which is Congress and also the opposition, for a better government and also for a better foreign policy, it is needed. Okay. So that is what from this article, just read about it. Its relevance is indirect, and there are certain statements like loyalty is huger than the the independent thinking. So all those things that we not needed, but just to understand it, have a read about it. Okay. So if you have any doubt or if there is any issue, please let me know, because this is very important. Like if Mr. Trump is going very arbitrarily, and if it is if he is taking the decisions unilaterally, it will be impacting on the global trade, the security and also the maritime security and the defense cooperation and everything. Because when it comes to Quad also, okay, we have discussed about the defense cooperation that we have, right? So if US is going in a different direction, and if they are being very arbitrary and without any opposition, that will be affecting global order as well when it comes to trade, economical terms, migrations and everything. Okay? So this is what important from this session. So if you have any doubt, please let me know, otherwise we will wind up the session. So पहले जो भी वो है, थैंक यू अभी. सो जिस बच्चे ने क्लास 9th पे पढ़ रहे हैं, सो उनको ये करना चाहिए कि you have to do first focus upon your board exams. ठीक है, I'll suggest as a personal advice, I would suggest that please do focus upon your board exams for the 10th, because your 9th base is important for your 10th. ठीक है, I won't ask you like to skip all those preparations and everything. Have a basic touch with the UPSC preparation. If your long term goal is that, if you are preparing very early, that is well and good, I will obviously suggest that. But the weightage that you are okay, no questions that I have taken. So those who are in the class 9th, please keep that in mind. One thing is like, you have to first focus on your board exam. Okay? You can obviously read newspapers, that will be helpful for you. If your long term goal is UPSC, you can do one thing like read the syllabus, start being very strong in your NCRTs, because for UPSC NCRTs are the basic things, right? So that you can do, but don't go for coaching centers and all right now. That is too, like in this age it will be very pressurizing. Okay? And बिल्कुल शेयर करूँगी शुभांशु, डोंट वरी. ठीक है, एंड सर्टेन क्वेश्चंस आल्सो अराइज्ड इन बिटवीन, राइट, कि इंग्लिश को कैसे इम्प्रूव करना है. इंग्लिश again, it's just a language, it's not a knowledge, that you have to keep it in mind. You should not be stressing much about it. Okay? Example like Japan, Germany, okay, Korea, they are very weak in English, but their development is too high because for them it is just a language. Okay, and that we have to keep that in mind. Why India is having English as a much relevance is because we have different languages. In Germany, if you go, it is only German. Okay, the same thing goes with Korea and Japan and everything, a single language, Russia, China and everything. So that is the advantage. But for us, it is a different and multiple languages. We don't have like overlapping of the languages also. So that is why India is still having English as official language, because we need that. Like if I'm new from South, when I was from South, okay, like initially I was having problems with Hindi, I can't even understand Hindi, but right now I am doing it, right. So it is about like, it needs, for the translation part at least we need English, so that is it. Otherwise you can read many books, okay, chota sa, you can start reading the books, okay. Your school books is much more like the stories, okay, and certain grammatical YouTube channels will be there, and Duolingo kind of apps and all is there, okay. So you can go for that. All of a sudden, if you are a beginner in English, don't go all of a sudden for newspaper, instead go for small story books, okay, and the apps that make it easy. हाँ, जो हमारे अभी भी बोल रहे हैं कि सीको एक्चुअली एक ऐप है शायद, सो उसका भी आप एक बार रेफरेंस ले सकते हैं. Don't take pressure on learning English. Once you start reading it and once you are starting conversing it, it will obviously, it will be cakewalk for your tongue, ठीक है, in when it comes to English. Then चलिए, you can read the online newspaper by purchasing it. Yeah, चलिए, so that's it for the day. Let's meet in another session. Mr. X, don't worry, जो आपने बोला वो मैंने नहीं किया, ठीक है, मैम will be coming soon, ठीक है. So nice meeting you all. Thank you for joining. Have a good day and we will be meeting soon. Till then, please keep reading, please ensuring that you are gathering the knowledge, and take care of your health. Thank you so much. ठीक है.